welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be talking about everyone's favorite internet troll, 6 9 Yes, your favorite, my favorite, everyone's favorite. Let's just cut to the chase. 6 9 called out 21 Savage for what it is and exposed him for being a fraud and a hypocrite. And he basically called out Atlanta for what they are, basically a bunch of fake people who are here to just gain something that's materialistic, that isn't really genuine. So basically what happened is 21 Savage dropped his trash ass album, What Happened to the Streets, more like What Happened to 21 Savage, because it wasn't a good album. It basically flopped. It sold 73,000 units in its first week. 25,000 of those sales were pure sales, and 48,000 of those sales came from streams. I'm gonna tell you this, those 25,000 pure sales definitely look pretty fabricated to me. There's no way 21 Savage is selling that much pure sales. He does not have merch or any type of motion like that with his fan base. So what I'm saying is that his label bought his own album sales. People are saying that they bought streams. I don't think that's true. I think the streams were pretty much organic for the most part. But I think what happened is that this label inflated the album sales by just buying more of its own album, which is fraudulent and hence fabricated and inflated. So that number just seems a little too high. 73,000 album sales its first week is a flop because his previous album sold about 130,000 its first week, and it had no type of shenanigans like that. So this was definitely a L. Practically there was no album rollout. This album flopped, rightfully so. There was no rollout. I learned that he was dropping an album like 2 days before, and I was like, oh yeah, this his previous rollout for his last album wasn't good, but it sold fine because there's like a lot of people wanted a 21 Savage album. Currently, no one cares about 21 Savage. So when he dropped it, it was just like it was destined to flop. So now he's selling numbers like Gunna and Lil Baby. Because all these rappers are flopping left, right, and center. And basically what 6 9 said is, hey, 21 Savage goes on Instagram and it was like, oh, like he starts copying and everything like that. Basically trying to like say like fuck the street stuff. He's like, I'm not fucking with that stuff anymore and everything like that, which is weird as hell to say. Turning your back against what made you for what you are. 6 9 is basically calling him out, being like, why are you saying fuck the streets? That's literally what you came up from. And now all these other rappers are over here saying fuck the streets, like G Herbo, Young Thug, and all that stuff. 21 Savage is basically saying Gunna, Young Thug to like make amends and everything like that and move forward. And then 6 9 is basically just calling them out for being a hypocrite and a fraud, and calling Atlanta out for being a bunch of frauds. You can't say fuck the streets, but then turn on your back against when someone rats. But then 21 Savage is saying, hey, we know you snitch, but it's all good. And it's like, are we just picking and choosing now? I thought it meant that you always got to be Thug at all times. It doesn't matter. And I think it's also hypocritical when you're saying fuck the streets if that's what made you who you are today. You're turning your back on what made you and what you came up from. It's wrong. So now that you made it out, it's just fuck the streets now, right? Because it doesn't make sense. It's wrong because it's just simply not true. 6 9 I know no one likes because obviously he used to act gangsta too. Turns out he really wasn't about that. But 6 9 has more common sense than pretty much all these rappers, because all of them are just so far gone from reality of what life really is that just they think that they can always act tough and thug in almost all cases until they get called out for it. Like in this case, 21 Savage is getting called out for being two-faced. Like 1 second we're picking and choosing that, hey, Young Thug and Gunna, they're fine for snitching and everything like that, but 6 9's not. But then you want to say it's fuck the streets. But when 6 9 was basically running away from the streets, there was a problem there. But now in 2026, yes, new year, by the way, that's a problem. And it's like, hold up. At one point, it was a problem, and now it's not a problem. Basically just saying, hey, we're just going to pick and choose who we want to fuck with. I'm starting to think it's something more than just what you talk about and what you rap about. I'm starting to think it's more about what you look like. And 21 Savage is embarrassed of where he comes from. He wants to say, I'm from Atlanta. Dude, you're from the UK, dog. You're from the UK. Whether you want to claim that or not in your songs and everything like that, I don't know. That's up to you. You're from the UK, dog. You're from the UK. You're not from the US. You're not from the streets. You're not like that. You are not doing anything. You're not, okay? I know you want to act cool, thug in all your songs and everything like that. You're saying you're going to do something. When it comes in the heat of the moment, you're not doing anything. And that's perfectly fine. You don't have to do anything. I don't know why these rappers want to claim that life all the time. And 21 Savage is just not that. Maybe he has goons, but that's about it. He's not doing anything. 21 Savage is soft. He is. He's sweet like that, and he's not doing anything. I don't know why he wants to claim that he's from Atlanta when you're from the UK. Just because it doesn't sound as thug and tough and scary as in Atlanta doesn't make you lesser or more of a person, dude. Like, these rappers are just so like out of touch, and it's like they're getting older by the day. You think they realize that by the time they have kids and stuff, but it's just like they're delusional. They're delusional, and they're just far gone up their ass that they just can't think for themselves. The Drake stimulus package clearly ain't helping you, 21 Savage, even though that's the most streamed song currently on your album. It's not enough. So now he's got to cater to everyone and just start saying fuck the trees, and all these other rappers are just dick riding, just eating it up and saying the same thing, regurgitating what he just said to act like it's a movement that we all care. But I don't care. I don't care. It's degenerate. We've always admitted that from the beginning. But then they wanted to say F where I came from, and it's like, how do the people who are from the streets feel about you turning their back on them? Suddenly it's not cool anymore, but it's fine because you made it out, right? It doesn't affect you. It's two-faced and it's hypocritical. Like all these rappers are, they're hypocritical. They'll never call it out. They'll never point it out because they're too tough to ever admit that they're wrong or take accountability. They don't know what the hell that is. They're not gonna take accountability, especially not on a song either. They're not gonna do that. They're gonna be like, I live what I rap. And simply, that's just not true. Because clearly we're picking sides now of who is a rat and who's about the street life. What we want to say that we're not fucking with anymore. Because clearly people are picking sides. And obviously 6ix9ine is gonna call it out for what it is. Do I like 6ix9ine? Like music? No, I don't think his music is good. I don't think he's made good music in like almost 10 years. But that's not the point. The point is that these rappers' morality, their compass, whatever it is all fucked up. They just pick and choose what the hell they want to side with, what they want to rock with, whether they're rocking with this rapper, this person over here, if they're tough like that, if they're like, they're not that tough, but I fuck with him for a specific type of reason that I'm not gonna stay, then sure, just like it's stuff like that that they want to like sweep under the rug and everything like that. And I just don't fuck with that because it just comes off as super disingenuous. And when your back is against the wall, you look like a joke. And I'm sorry, 21 Savage, you look like a joke right now, especially when you want to say all this stuff on Twitter and everything. You look like a clown. That's what you do. And I appreciate 6ix9ine for calling this out because it's simply true. The album sales are not looking good. So what are you doing over here trying to cater to everyone, try to get your numbers up when the numbers are not looking good anymore? It's a shame. It really is, because these rappers literally stand on no ground. They have no type of moral compass. They just do whatever the hell is more convenient for them. And that's what they'll always do, because there is a stigma in the rap game of what you need to be. And let's face it, none of these rappers are really like that. It's once they blow up. Maybe before they blow up, they are really like that. But as soon as they blow up, they just run away from it. And they never want to talk about it and live it again. But they'll talk about it in the rap songs as if they're still in that moment. And it's like, it's wrong. It's wrong to spread that information, and it's wrong to put it in your songs for younger people to listen to. It's just straight up fucked up. And here we are, 21 Savage getting exposed, and a lot of other rappers who want to act thug out here to seem like they're cooler and better than everyone else, getting exposed by no other than the greatest rat of them all, 6ix9ine. The first to ever do it and to embrace it. I'll see you in the next one.